Since I was a kid, I've been obsessed with NASA. I've watched countless launches and have seen I've seen NASA launch countless rockets to space. What I want to talk to you today is about the Falcon 9, which is by SpaceX. It's a rocket designed and built by the company SpaceX, which is fronted by Elon Musk, also the head of Tesla, if you've heard of him. And I want to talk to you about the rocket and how it gets things places and how it gets shit into space. So, what the Falcon 9 rocket is a two-stage rocket. It has the first stage is a larger, more powerful stage to get out of the atmosphere. The second stage is a more controlled, precise stage to be able to get it into orbit and potentially out of the Earth's orbit. It's also NASA's primary contract to get crew and cargo and some satellites into orbit, as well as other nations who want to get their satellites into orbit. It's a commercial spacecraft, which is approximately $60 million in cost. To give you a bit of context, that's about the standard rocket launch about 5 years ago was about 1.6 billion, and SpaceX's reusability efforts have vastly decreased the cost of this. It's also designed to be the world's first fully reusable rocket of its class. It's a middle-class rocket. This takes about 10,000 to 20,000 pounds up into orbit and potentially to the space station. So this is the Falcon 9 rocket. It's actually powered mostly by liquid oxygen inside that oxygen ball. The first stage is composed of 9 Merlin engines, which give out about 1.5 million pounds of thrust, which is roughly equivalent to 10 Boeing 747s at full power. The entire thing is made of an aluminum lithium frame. Aluminum is an extremely light, extremely conductive metal. It can withstand a lot of heat. It's mostly powered by liquid oxygen and kerosene, and the landing struts, as you can see here, are carbon fiber and aluminum as well. The second stage occurs after stage separation from the first stage. So when it gets out of orbit, or when it gets out of the atmosphere, it will separate from the first stage, and then it will fire its single Merlin engine, as opposed to 9 Merlin engines on the first stage, and get it into its desired orbital path. So this allows it to go to the ISS. This allows it to get multiple satellites into different kinds of orbits, and potentially getting its payload where it wants to go. It's built to operate in a vacuum of space. So the Merlin engines are designed to operate in any condition from sea level to outer space, but it's designed specifically for this. The payload that it uses can be of many different varieties. What I'm showing here is the Dragon capsule, which is also designed by SpaceX. It's used to take crew and cargo to the International Space Station. And it's really just the important part, designed to send these things up into orbit. So the entire thing is planned around the mission. Some of the Falcon 9's flight tests to date include the Dragon abort test, which is cooler than your pappy's Mustang. I do want to show you guys a video after this speech of the Dragon abort test. It's amazing. It was also the primary rocket used in the Discover launch. So what that is Earth's primary defense against solar storms and solar flares, which take out electrical grids of nations. It sends this into deep space, and it allows us to give a forecast as opposed to a few minutes of warning. It's also the primary rocket used for ISS resupply missions, and it has flown 5 out of 5 successful flights, and there's going to be another flight next month. There's going to be some flights taking place This is actually the interior of the Dragon V2 capsule. The current Dragon is only made to take cargo to the ISS, but this is designed, from what it looks like, I can't confirm, but to take up to 7 astronauts to the ISS or beyond. This is also putting market pressure on other companies to have lower cost satellite launches because of its vastly small launch cost. For people who are contracted with this, the launch cost is about $30 million, as opposed to the Delta V Heavy, which is about $400 million per launch. That is a magnitude of 10 lower than any rocket we've seen before, any rocket that the United States is capable of. There's also a concept Red Dragon Mars mission to look for the fundamental building blocks of life on Mars. So I want to talk to you now about the impact. I'll make this quick. Not all launches go as planned, as you can see. This is what happened when a Falcon 9 was having a large landing attempt, and obviously it's failed. But this is designed to be reusable. It has soft water landings. It's able to reuse the rocket. So what this means for you is that more rockets can be launched. Even the school's president can probably afford one of these. I mean, with a cost of $60 million per launch, this is one of the cheapest rocket launches, or one of the cheapest rockets that you can afford. I'm sure not all of us can afford this rocket. I wish I could. But this is a giant step for space exploration for humans. Thank you.